Hi, Julia Watts here. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we're going to be doing another card using the new Floral Finery 2 from Sentimentally Yours, which is just being released. And you'll be able to find them over on my website, juliawattscrafts.co.uk, and also over on Phil's store, which is honeypotcrafts.co.uk. So in this demo, we're going to use different flowers to the ones in the demo from yesterday, and we're going to be using the Lacy tips, and these have got cutouts on the tips, and again, just like when I showed you yesterday the full range, we've got 4 different sizes of 4-petal flowers and 4 different sizes of 6-petal flowers, and they're all on an A6 magnetic sheet. So those are the Lacy tips. Then we've got the Wonderfully Plain. As you'd expect, they're just plain flowers again with the 4 and the 6 petals. And we're also going to be using the Whimsy foliage because there's only one foliage set in this release from the Floral Finery collection within the adornments, yes, so we're going to be using some of those. I'm not sure how many we're going to be using, but we'll just see when it comes to the faffing time. We'll see. So I thought, in fact, I had for another project, and I'm trying to use things I've already cut out. I've got a tag shaped card already cut, and this is out of the Super Smooth watercolour card. You don't have to use watercolour card, it's just that this is what I've already got cut out. And to do this, I've used the largest die from the traditional tops. I think they're called double stitched layering tag dies. It's got a very long title to it. I don't have the packaging, but it's the largest die from that. And what you do is you score your A4 card in half, and then just pop your die along the fold so that the cutting edge is just along the fold. So it's just outside the cutting edge of the actual die itself. And then you run it through the machine. Because this is 300 GSM, I think, card, it's quite thick, so you might want to run it through a couple of times, so forwards and back, so that it goes through both of the layers, because it is obviously cutting quite a lot. So that's our base. And for the pattern papers, these are the, I cannot remember the name of them, they're from the Chic collection, and let me grab it. Here it is. Oh, it's just called Chic. So this is in the Chic collection. There was a set of papers that was cream based with black patterns on it, and this is the sort of charcoal base that's got the cream patterns on it. As always, it's the 40 sheets of A4, 8 designs, 5 sheets of each, and it's 190 GSM litho printed. It's really good quality papers. So have a look on Honeypot Crafts for that, because I've sold out of that. But as I said, already had these cut out for another project, so I thought we'd use it and try and use it with Floral Finery. So these are going to go on there. So I've cut one out from the front and one out on the back, so that will hide, because it's all, the back's always a little bit messy, but you know, it's all right, we'll live with it. That's going to go on there. But first of all, before we put that on, we're going to put our reinforcements on, so that we can line up the papers properly. And these obviously are cut from the same paper. So let's just get a little bit of glue on the mat. This is the easiest way to do them. And tweezers are somewhere here in front of me. There they are. Just a piece of kitchen roll so we can dunk off the excess. We're going to dip that in there. Make sure it's all covered. it up. Get rid of the excess. Don't leave it there too long because it'll stick. And then pop it over the hole. It makes it nice and neat. If you want it to be super neat, in fact I probably should have done, you can cut another couple out and put them on the inside. I'd probably do that afterwards. Yeah, but at the moment I'm just going to put them on the back. I didn't think that through, but I will do that so that it's all nice and neat, because we are going to actually decorate the inside. This is going to go on here. So if you put this on here first, then we can make sure the papers are actually lined up nicely. Just get rid of that. So obviously, as always, using Sentimentally Yours PVA. Don't put loads on. Just kind of draw with the tip. So push the tip down into the paper so that you've not got loads of glue just dropping off the edge of the tip. And then a bit of a swirl in the middle. And I always put this on the wonk and then I find I have to turn it anyway. Just to see that it's not too bad for me actually. It's looking good. If you want to, you could rough up the edges. You could use something like antique linen oxide around the edges to soften the edges if you wanted to. I only just thought of that, so we're not doing that. We're not doing any inking. Again, same thing. Close to the edge, but not too close so that it seeps out. This is going to go on the front. Obviously, if you wanted to, you could do a smaller size. You don't have to use the largest size. You can do whatever size tag card you want. Already that looks neater. Okay, so let's think about what we're going to actually have on here. So going to the layered differently, that's what it's called, isn't it? Yeah, layered differently. It's complete mind blank. I've chosen, we're going to have this as well. We are going to have cascading hexagons because I've got one cut out. We're going to use one of those. I do have one left in stock actually if anybody needs one. I'm using the mirror card and I'm using, this is your Elegance rectangles. And so I've cut the middle size and I've put an arrow on the back so I know which way up it's got to go. And that's going to go in the centre there, like so. Then I've cut the next size one, which is the, is it that one? Which one have I cut? Hang on a minute. I might be telling you porkers here. Let me just see. Yep, I didn't cut the middle size one. I cut the smallest but one out of the mirror card and then the smallest out of the watercolour card. It could be that you could use the alabaster white. Actually, let me see. Yeah, that does point up. And that points up, so this should be the right way. And that's going to sit on there, and that's going to sit in the middle like that. Okay, so let's get that stuck together. Oh, glue's alive. And I've embossed this using the classic Flourish embossing folder. So you do your die cutting first and then you emboss, because if you do it the other way round, then the actual cutting, so you emboss first and then cut, but the cutting will actually flatten out some of your emboss, and you want to keep that nice depth that you get from the embossing. And if it's on mirror card, it does slide around quite a bit. so you can get those points lined up as best you can. Hopefully that won't move again. And then we've got, we should do some stamping as well. Then we've got from the other set, the other rectangle set. This is the Ornate rectangles. I've taken 2 tag dies there, and I've cut them like so out of the pattern, a different pattern paper. So that's going to go across the middle. And then I've taken, going back to the Elegance rectangles, I've taken this one here, which obviously coordinates with the outer dies, and I thought it might be nice to actually use that on here as well and have it just in the middle with the sentiment on. I thought that just with that bit poking out, I thought that might be quite nice, but that's what we're going to do anyway. So I'm going to stamp on that, but we can stick these two together. I prepped this a few days ago, so I'm having to remember what I meant to do. It can be a bit of a challenge because I don't have very good memory at the moment. So just get the layers ready. I'm going to get all the stamping done in a minute, and then the glue can hopefully dry a little bit and the ink can dry a little bit before we actually construct. That'll do. Okay, so I've got those 2 pieces. Going to have that. I'm going to split that in half. I'm going to have half at the top and half at the bottom. That's the plan. So we'll put that to one side. We've got all those bits. What have I got around there? Right, I'm going to do that. So the other stamping bits. So this is the same tag that I've cut out here from the Ornate, I think it's called. Yes, the Ornate rectangle. So it's this smallest tag, and so we're going to stamp on that. And then I've gone into the squares for the inside of the card. I've gone into the squares, and this is the Regency squares, and I've just cut these 2 dies out here because I like them together. They're nice just to use stacked like that, but I really like it. I think I saw Helen do it first from the design team. I really like it when you offset it slightly and they're like that, so you've got like beads going around the edge. So I think we're going to do that with this one. So that's going to go on the inside. So let's get our stamping platform out wherever I put it. Here it is. And we are going to stamp in black because we've got a black paper. So we're going to stamp on that, and we're going to stamp on this as well. Okie dokie. So let's stamp our sentiment we're going to have in front. So I'm going to mix the stamp sets. I don't trust myself. I am going to go to use my stamping platform. Oh, he didn't do it symmetrically, did he? Oh, hopefully that's all right. Right, talking to myself. So we're going to use the Sunflower Parade script sentiments. I know I do have some of these in stock, and I'm just going to have, I think, we could do, I'm trying to think. Oh yes, we're going to have birthday wishes, that's what we're doing. I was thinking about what else I was doing. We're going to have birthday wishes in there. I hope I'm making sense. I don't feel like I am having one of those days. Doesn't actually matter if this is straight. I've already got my excuses ready. I'm going to have a look though. Oh. I think it's straightish. We'll go with that. Because it's a bit of a wispy font anyway. And it's very delicate as well. I'm using not to inverse fine Claire. Now if you want to, because it stays open quite a while, you can actually put embossing powder on it. So if you want a deeper black, you can put clear embossing powder on it, but remember to anti-static first. Although the Sentimentally Yours powders do have they are quite good without an anti-static bag. It's just a really good habit to be in to actually put it on. So there's your birthday wishes. Okay, so that's going on the front. Let's clean that off as much as I do, so I don't get really inky fingers. That's that. Then on the inside, on our circle, so once again that was the script sentiments from Sunflower Parade. I found in my box I take for my class. This is Essential Verses Friendship, and you should find this over at Honeypot Crafts if there's any in stock. I'm going to have You Are My Fabulous Friend. That's what we're going to have. I haven't used this stamp before, so we'll see how we get on. Let's get our circle out. I don't know if these are symmetrical or not. Let's see if we can get 4 magnets on there. I do have the stamping platforms in stock. This is the Crafts 2-1. And I've got these sheets, you can get these. And I've got spare magnets, which are the light blue ones. The stamping platform comes with the two dark blue ones. And I've got some of the light blue ones. I would like to get, I know it's a circle, but I would like to try and get this straight-ish. Yeah, I'll do. Or I could have, thank you for being my friend. No, let's have this one. Trouble is, when there's choices, it's like, it's better if you just said, right, do this one. This is the one you're having. When you've got choices, it's hard to decide, isn't it? Tap, 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 tap. And this is going on the inside. You could put this on the outside if you wanted to. And you could swap it over. I'll show you what it looked like if we swap it over when we get to it. If I remember. As I said, my brain isn't completely engaged. So we need it a bit darker than that. Because this is watercolour card, it does suck the ink in. And this is the first time I've used this stamp. Whereas I had used Birthday Wishes before. And it's a finer, the Sunflower Parade is a finer font as well. That's better. Looks like I do have something on my stamp though. Just there. I'm going to put up with it. But I'll show you, I've got a little dot. Can you see that little dot there? Just on by the S. That's because there's something on the stamp. They've got to look really closely to see it. And it's on the inside. So we're just going to go with it. Okay, so that's that. And there's one more thing we're going to stamp, which I never, ever, ever, ever do. I never put a Handmade By thing on the back, but we're going to on this one. I never do. Some of my cards are sold at the Maker's House in Fareham, and it has been commented, you never put your name on the back. No, I don't. It's not that I'm ashamed of it, I just don't remember. Right, let me just do that. This is going on the back. And Phil did do this stamp set, another A6 stamp set called Essentials Handmade By. And there's quite a few on here. Custom made just for you. This extra special handmade card was made for you by. Handcrafted especially for you by. Handcrafted, all the best things are by. Lovingly crafted in the craft room of. Crafted with love by. And Handmade By, which is in this wreath, and that wreath is quite nice as well. So I don't know if Phil's got any of these, but you know, go and have a look. I don't. So the only stamp I've used is the Sunflower Parade. So we're going to have Crafted with Love by It Fits. So I have it just near the top, because then I can put my name underneath it. Let's see if I can get this straight. That's pretty straight. We're going to go with that. Don't touch it too much. Oh, that's all my leaves. I've cut a lot of leaves though. I don't think we'll be using all those. So not a lot of stamping going on because the dies are doing all the work, but it is nice to have a little bit of stamping. That'll do. That looks good. I'll show you. Ooh. Sweet, isn't it? I think it's straightish. Okay, so that's all my stamping done. That can dry a bit now. Where's my sheet? There it is. All these little stamps, make sure you don't lose them. Nothing worse than having a stamp sheet with a stamp missing. Okay, put that away. Wait. Right, where were we? Yes, okay. Oh, I think what would... No, we won't. We do that. No, we won't. Oh, no, we won't. Right. I've got to do the flowers as well. We'll do the flowers in a minute. Okay, so I think what we're going to do is we're going to actually split this in half. Just kind of down the middle. And we're going to have a bit up there. I'm going to have a bit down here. Once again, this is a cascading hexagons. You will find one in stock on my website. And we're going to have, this is going to come like that. So you've got a bit top and bottom. That's the theory. That's what we're going to do. Right, so we need to scribble some more glue. I only need to really worry about the outside bits because the inside bits are going to be captured by the this top a bit. So we just dip the outside bits in. And put it as high up as we can get it. Doesn't have to be straight at all, because it's only just a little bit of an embellishment. I need some more glue, just a little bit. These tweezers are invaluable. I use the point, I don't use the, to be honest, I don't use the others very often. It's the pointy ones I use all the time for everything. And then this, oh, is going to come down the bottom. As low as we can get it. We won't see very much of it, but that's fine. It's just, I had it cut out and I thought we'll use it. There's nothing sadder than having loads of die cuts cut out and then you're not using them. I'm sure we've all got those. And I think what we'll do is we will put this on with a little bit of, it's a bit wet still. My plenty isn't being plenty absorbent. Right, which one should we have at the top? I think I might have that bit at the top actually. Yes, we're going to use a little bit of 1mm foam tape. Just to give it a little bit of height, not a lot, just a little. Wasn't that one of the two Ronnie? Yeah, one of the two. Was that one of the two Ronnies that used to say that? Not Ronnie Corbett, the other one. No, it wasn't the Ronnies. It was Morecambe and Wise. That's what it was. It was different comedians. I can see. It was the taller one, not the short one. I used to say it. The one with the glasses. Did they both have glasses? I can't remember. My nan and granddad used to love Morecambe and Wise. Right, let's get that on. So we'll have it so that it's hopefully pointing straight up and straight down. Okay. Let's get this glued ready so that it can be under my craft sheet flattening out. It shouldn't buckle actually because I've got snowflakes on the back of this. It shouldn't buckle because this is watercolour card, so it should be absolutely fine. There will be a list of all the Sentimentally Yours products I've used in the description. Okay, that's pretty, isn't it? So lovely. Mirror card is only available at Honey Pots, unless it's on TV. And then we've got, this is going to go on with foam tape. They've layered differently, should be back in stock beginning of November. I won't say the first week, but hopefully the beginning of November. So on my website you can just click the email when available button, and on I think Phil's you can ring the shop to be put on a waiting list. Well, there's a few scraggy edges on that, so I'm going to use my file. Get rid of that. And that's going to go slap bang in the middle. So, and I think we'll. Ooh, is that a leaf on the floor? It is. Oh. I'm only short, but it's still a long way down. I'll put a little bit of foam tape on that as well. And it's just the 1mm, so we don't have to climb a mountain. I mean, you could just do this as a tag if you didn't want to do it as a card. You can absolutely do that. It's not quite in the middle. If I can get it up, I can. Ugh. Win-win. Get off. Let's see if we can do it better. Because I can't see because my fingers are in the way. I think that's better. Okay, I can live with that. Right, okay, so that's the front done. And in the inside, we'll just simply glue this in, and then we're going to go to the flowers, which is all the new stuff, which is the exciting stuff. And I'm going to put that sort of in the top half, so there's plenty of room to write in the bottom half. So, and then we're going to put this on here, And I should really write on it, shouldn't I, before I put it on. Handmade by. There we are. Squiggly, squiggly, squiggly. And we'll put this on the back. And we might put some pearls on the edges a bit later as well. Oh, that's my eye. I think, what's that mark there? And it's the eye on top of my A. My dot on top of my eye. Oh, brain. Okay. All right, let's get to these flowers, which is the new stuff. So I have created 5 of my 6 flowers, but I've left one to actually do for you. And I've got one of these shaping mats, which are very old now. You can get a woodware shaping mat, I think it is called. Anyway, it's on my website. So this is so we've got, I'll lift them up so you can see. We've got the Lacy tips in the 4 petal, because the demo I did that went live yesterday. In fact, no, I'm using both the 4 and the 6 on this card. Well, this is a 4 petal out of the mirror card, and you can see that lovely lacy detail. And then I've used the perfectly plain, I think it's called. No, it's not. What's this one called? Oh, filling his names. Wonderfully Plain. The perfectly plain is the previous one. The wonderfully plain, I've cut it out of the watercolour card and one of the papers. This is the paper that I haven't used anywhere else actually. One of the papers from the Tray Chic pack, and then I've used one of the Sensational Stamens too to go in the centre as well. So because I felt what I was originally going to do was just offset these a little bit maybe and put them on there, but I felt that things were lost and it was a little bit dark. So or if I had it like that, I thought it was a little bit dark, so I thought I would stick the silver one on the cream one, and then it kind of just lifts it a little bit. Okay, so that's what I'm doing, and then I'm sticking this one on top at an angle and then bringing in the cream for the stamen as well. So just using a shaping tool just to shape the petals on the back. The foam mat helps it, and you get this little cup going. So we're going to do that with all of them. It's easier with the paper because the paper is lighter weight, although it's 190 still. And did I do it with this one? I don't think I did. Yes, I must have done. See, I can't remember what I did. Can't remember what I did 5 minutes ago, let alone a few days ago. Just a little bit on that one. And then I'm going to go for a smaller embossing tool, the Dreamweaver one. I have got these in stock. And just do circular motions, and then it brings those stamens all pointy in the centre. Really easy. We turn these over, give these a push in the centre. In fact, I know what I did now. I stuck these 2 together first before I did the shaping. That's what I did. No, we're doing it second. It doesn't really matter. I'm only sticking them together in the centre anyway. There's no need to actually stick them together all the way. So we just line them up. So I'm going to cough. I don't know what it is about, since COVID, I can't get through a video without coughing. It's really annoying. Okay, so now this one is going to be offset. So remember, the mirror is stuck to the top of the plain cream one, and then we're going to offset patterned one in the middle, and again give it a push, and the mat underneath gives it a shape, and it makes it pop up. And then we're going to pop more glue in the centre, and then pop our stamen in. Let's see if we can get that in the middle, and then give it a really good push. Now the bases, the centres of the stamens are quite big, and they will take 8mm pearls in all 3 of the sizes. But I'll show you the set in case you've not seen it. So you get 6 different stamens. That I put them in the trios here. Is it 6? Yeah, 6 different trios of stamens. So 3 different sizes, and the centres will all take 8mm pearls. They're all slightly different because you haven't got 6 of the same. They all take the 8mm pearls, even the tiny ones. So you do, because of the shape, you do need to put a reasonable amount of glue, because otherwise the pearl doesn't touch all the glue, because you only put a little tiny bit in. Because it's cupped, the base of the pearl doesn't touch the glue, so you do need it quite a bit. Hope that makes sense. Makes sense in my head, but I don't know if the words came out right. So I'm just going to pick up an 8mm pearl in the silver. I don't know what the name of the silver is. I think it's called Silver Star, because we've got a gold star, so I think it's called Silver Star. Again, you'll find the pearls over at Honey Pot. Isn't that pretty? Really pretty flower. It's great to use your papers up with the flower dies. And I've got all my other ones here already, so you can see this is a 6-petal flower, and we've got the 4 one that I've just done here. They're pretty, aren't they? Really pretty. That mirror card really sets it off. And obviously the pearls, both the gold star and the silver pearl, silver star and the gold star are perfect to go with it. So this is the faffing time. So I think we're going to have a big one up there, and we'll have this big one, which is still wet, remember, down here, like so. And then we're going to have, that's a 4. So I'm going to have 4 on the other side of the 6, and the small 4 on that side, and the 6 on the other side of the 4, and the medium on here, like that. That's what we're going to do. Very posh tag, isn't it? Obviously you can put ribbon, but if you put ribbon in, I suggest you put 2 lots of ribbon once you've done the reinforcers for the inside, because if you put it through the whole thing, obviously it needs to be undone before people can open it, which isn't an issue if you're going to just make a tag rather than a tag card. So let's get these glued, and then we'll tuck in some leaves. Probably find my pearl will come off this one. Oh, no, it hasn't, it stayed. Made a little fibber out of me, didn't you? I have got quite a bit of glue oozing out on that one, so I hope that doesn't spoil it. I think I might go further down rather than having it go curl around. Yeah. Shall I have it like that? Or shall I curl it around? I don't know. No idea. Let's have that up there. Let's just put them on, Julia. Faff, faff, faff. This is, you know, if you know, I mean, when Phil does it, he faffs. We all faff. I really like making flowers. It does take ages to cut them and then to make them. It's actually, if you're finding that you've lost your crafty mojo, flowers are a great thing to just sit and cut, so you've got them all ready and your foliage for when you actually do want to make something. And you can just cut them all in white if you want to, and then you can use inks to colour them, or paints, or misters. There's this looking. It's very handy having the camera so I can see whether I'm happy with it or not, the placement. And this should go in a DL envelope if it wasn't too big. It's not that big. It's not as high as Phillips cards. And then I've got a shed loads of leaves. And I've just dropped some more on the floor. Dropped a silver one on the floor. So I've got loads. I've cut the plain ones out of the watercolour card, and then I've cut the Lacy tip ones out of the mirror card, and they're all from that whimsical leaves, is it called? Whimsy Foliage. Yeah, they're all out of here. So if you cut loads, then you can decide what you want to do with them. I think I'm going to take a little bit off that. I'm going to take a little bit, loads of glue on the nozzle here. Glue's, it's not stuck yet. I think I'm going to have that coming out of there like that. And we'll have another one coming out the other side because I like to be symmetrical. We'll cut a bit more off that so it doesn't hang off the edge. This is definitely faffing time. Oh, a bit on my mirror card there. That's like that. Stick. Everything needs to stick, please. Will do eventually. And then we've got, which way is that going? That's going that way. So that could go down there. I'll just have one of those. Let's just have a little one. No, I've butchered it. You can keep all the leaves that you pull off, because you can just tuck the odd leaf here and there. That'll go in there like that. And what have we got here? We can tuck that one in there. I do quite like the, I might not actually use any of the silver ones. Might just use the cream ones for this. How would that be if I took that in there? That might be alright, mightn't it? Let's go with that. So obviously at home you might not have a camera. Oh, above you. It's because it's on the mirror card. So what you can do is you can take a photograph of your layout and then look at it and figure out whether you like it or not. I've got glue showing there now. Soon fix that. We'll still stick something on the glue. What else have we got here? There's another one of those, little one. I will start fapping in a minute. I'll stick a little one down here. It's coming out of there like that. And we'll probably have this one. And we'll have this one coming out behind that. And we just have one more. Not too many. Just having one coming out of here. Oh, so use your scissors if you're more comfortable with scissors than pulling them off. I think that might do. I've got glue on my fingers now. I need to be careful. I don't think I need any of these because I think it's just going to be too many leaves. Let's have a look. I'm quite happy with that actually. Yeah, I quite like that. Hope you do too. So remember, you can find the new Floral Finery over on my website, which is juliawattscrafts.co.uk. If anything's out of stock, just click on the email when available, and if I get any more stock, if there's any more available, then you'll get notified as soon as I have it. And remember that the Layered Differently should be available beginning of November. So that's the 2 squares, the Regency and the Graceful squares, and the Elegance squares, and the other one. Rectangles and the other one. And you'll also find everything over at Honeypot Crafts, which is Phil's website. So if you're not already, do like and subscribe on my YouTube channel. Let's do that the other way around because that's better. I do love to read your comments. They will be held until I figure out whether you're a robot or a spammer, but then I will reply to you as well. I do love to read your comments, and do check out my other videos. There's another 2. Might not all be live yet, but there is another 2 with a new Floral Finery. Anyway, thank you for watching.